What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday to everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing well and having a great day so far. Welcome to the Thursday weather update for Thursday, June 13th, 2024. If you're new to my channel, this is where I do a daily weather update for the U.S., talking about the weather forecast for the next several days, and sometimes we do talk about the long range, and sometimes we also talk about climate related data such as weather records or extreme weather events around the world. Today we're going to talk about the forecast for the United States for today and through the weekend, and also touch on the heat for next week. So if you're new here, subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, share these videos with anyone you know, and leave your comments down below. Today, we have to start off once again with what's happening in Florida. And South Florida, yet again, is seeing very heavy rainfall. NWS, the National Weather Service out of Miami, just posted this to X a little bit ago, and I wanted to share this with you. June 13th, as of 3:45 p.m., heavy rainfall is overspreading South Florida with additional forecast rainfall ranging from 4 to 8 inches, locally higher amounts of 10 plus inches possible. Threshold needing to create flooding is low. Conditions could deteriorate in very short notice once heavy rainfall begins. And remember, they saw several inches of rainfall just yesterday in South Florida, and Miami got hit really hard. So this is not a good thing, and as a result, there has been a big upgrade today from the Weather Prediction Center. There is now a high risk of excessive rainfall in South Florida, just simply because the ground cannot handle any more rainfall, and as you just saw, they are going to get more heavy rainfall. Here's a live look at the radar right now, well, live from the time I'm recording, and as you can see here, there is just a tremendous amount of rainfall. I mean, it's slowly pushing southeastward, but yet again, you have to get through this next round. And there's even some slow-moving activity that's popping up in the Orlando area and even along the Florida Panhandle. Up in the Great Lakes, we do have showers and thunderstorms with this severe weather threat. A severe thunderstorm watch is now up for parts of that area, and I can show you that here on the National Weather Service hazards map. And you can see here, there's already a few severe thunderstorm warnings within that area. Taking a look here at what is going on in Florida, there is still a flood watch, and yes, take a look at this. Up in portions of Montana, your eyes are not wrong. You are seeing that correctly. There is now a winter storm watch. Let's read about this. It says, what? Heavy, wet snow is possible. Total accumulation is 1 to 5 inches at Georgetown Lake. And McDonald Pass is possible with 14 to 20 inches of snow in the highest terrain. Yep, some June snowfall is going to happen out there in portions of the Colorado Rockies up in Montana. Well, that is just incredible to think about at this time of year. And of course, you go down south, down near our Mexico border, and we're talking about excessive heat. We're talking about heat indexes over 100, where meanwhile, up in Montana, it will be cold enough to snow. That is extreme weather, if you ask me. Taking a look now at the National Hurricane Center, we still have a 20% chance that Invest 90 does develop into something in the Atlantic, and we also do have an area of disturbed weather with a disturbance that's at 30% chance of development over the next 7 days in the southern Gulf. We'll have to watch that. That's going to be a long-term threat that maybe evolves, maybe something weak forms for the coast of Mexico. Alrighty, moving on now, taking a look at the Storm Prediction Center. Yesterday, there were 211 severe storm reports, with just one tornado being reported in Nebraska, 58 wind reports, 152 hail reports, 39 large hail reports. And fast forwarding to today, we can see already today 17 reports. Here's the risk for today. Enhanced risk of severe weather across portions of Illinois, Missouri, and Iowa. Tornado, there's a 5% chance within that, 2% surrounding that in the slight risk area, 30% chance of wind, which is hatched, and 30% hail, which is also hatched. And taking a look at day 2, we do have a threat of severe weather across portions of the Northeast, from Maryland on up through to near Boston, and then there is a slight risk of severe weather for tomorrow for Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And the main threats for tomorrow are going to be wind and hail, and with the threat out in Colorado, Nebraska, and Montana, there is a hatched area for wind, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. And then day 3, there are some marginal risk areas up in the northern plains and upper Midwest. We'll have to keep an eye on that area. It's going to be an active area going forward. Taking a look at a HRRR model for the rest of today. You can see here, down in Florida, this is the 18Z run. Those showers and thunderstorms, that organized area will continue southeast. You also see activity will continue to increase across the slight risk and enhanced area in Illinois, portions of Missouri, even back across Kansas. This is starting to show some development now, so that's relatively interesting. These storms will push eastward. The ones in Illinois will go into Indiana, but by the time they get to Ohio, they should start to weaken. And then as I fast forward into tomorrow, you can see here showers and thunderstorms from Maine all the way back down into portions of Pennsylvania and Maryland. And if the HRRR model is correct, we could see portions of Maine get included in that slight risk of severe weather. Taking a look at the Weather Prediction Center, as I need to refresh this, there's some good news for you here. Just going to show you just the days 1 through 7 total. Take a look here. Down in southern Florida, starting to trend less. After today, it's going to be a little bit drier, but then you can see here, a wet period is going to evolve across the Texas coast and coastal areas of Louisiana. And take a look up in the northern plains and upper Midwest. Like I said, it is going to be a very active period there. Taking a look at the European model today, and we can see here the showers and thunderstorms will continue across Florida, but they do push southward. Friday, you may see another round Friday. I don't think it's going to be as significant as today. And take a look at this. The European, a little more impressive with the Invest 90L, almost tries to get it going into a tropical depression. And as I advance this, as we head into the weekend, look at this, Saturday night. You can see another threat of severe weather up in the plains and upper Midwest. And I think that's going to be the theme in the long run, because you're going to be on top of the ridge, so any disturbance that comes along could develop showers and thunderstorms. But something else that needs to be monitored. Take a look at this. Temperatures as we head into next week. Starting on Monday, things are really going to start to heat up. Remember I just said top of the ridge? Well, underneath that ridge, you can see 90s and even isolated 100s in the Ohio Valley. And those 90s will stretch all the way back into Texas and across portions of the Four Corners region. The Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic region is going to get very hot. And this is not just a one-day thing. It's going to happen day after day after day. So we will have to watch, as this could become an extended heat wave that not only lasts into much of next week, but maybe into portions of the following weekend as well. Take a look at this. This is 18Z's out. Now we're 222 hours out, but I want to zoom this in. You need to see this. Take a look at this. These are upper 90s from New York City all the way back into Kentucky, and it just continues all the way. If we go to the southeast U.S., look at this. This is extreme, dangerous, life-threatening heat, so you really need to be weather aware. You need to take it easy if you're in those areas next week. So, yes, please, just take it easy. If you're out on the West Coast, let's zoom this back out. Let's go back to the precipitation. You know what? Let's just take this to the West Coast region, shall we? West Coast, things are going to be relatively quiet. You can see as I advance the European model. We do have a couple disturbances out there in the Pacific, but they don't really do all that much. You can see relatively dry, with exceptions to portions of Washington and Oregon, which is a good thing. You will take the rain at this time of year because, as we know, at times it can be dry. But look at this. As we head into the extended range, yes, things are not all that wet at all. They stay dry at the end of this run. Alrighty, folks, that does it for the Thursday weather update. We will have another weather update again tomorrow. Hopefully you found this video informative. And if you learned anything, maybe I told you what the weather was going to be in your area. I try to cover as many areas in the United States as possible. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe down below, and of course hit that notification bell, leave your comments down below, share these videos with anyone you know. We'll have another weather update again tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and have a fantastic Thursday evening.